This is The Last Assassin Project. The members of the group were Stephen Rumler, Ben Swatling, Stefan Bradley, and Trent McMillan. Our project was inspired by the traditional game Last Assassin, which is a game similar to Tag, where each player is assigned a target and you try to tag your target and get them out. When you get your target out, you're assigned a new target, and you work together until there's only one person left. We got the idea to build this into an app from the accounting professor, Bill Taylor. He has previously played this game with his family using manual means, where he would draw names out of a hat, and then everyone would use Find My Friends to locate their target. However, there were a few issues with this approach. One of the main issues is that it required a manual setup. There was always someone who would know everyone's target, and that would create issues. Another problem is that Find My Friends is an Apple-specific service, and so you can only play if you have an iPhone. And the final issue is that you could see everyone on the map, so you can tell if someone's chasing you and you can tell where they're coming from, and we thought that was too much information to be fun. There are other versions of this game as well, but they're all similar, and they all involve a lengthy manual setup. So, in order to make the game more fun and easier to play, we designed Last Assassin, the app. We did research to see if there's any other applications like this, and there are none on the Apple or Google Play Store. We did research and found that other people outside of BYU have attempted to create apps like this. However, none of these projects included location data, maps, or cross-platform functionality like we've built here. The primary outcomes for this project were: one, we wanted a game that is fun to play. We wanted to design a game that was fun and people would want to play over and over again. Technology allowed us to build an app that facilitates an experience not possible with traditional methods. For example, we can offer limited information about the location of targets to heighten the intensity and speed of the game. In addition, we can offer various game modes to offer a unique experience every time someone plays. A fun game will encourage people to play again and again and to invite their friends to play with them. This encourages a viral effect that helps to organically grow the number of users. A secondary outcome for this project was building a simple and intuitive user experience that's easy for everyone. We needed the application to be simple enough that any age or demographic can use it. To do this, we streamlined the game as much as possible by reducing the number of button presses needed to create a game and start playing. We also limited the amount of information shown by removing clutter and keeping only the most critical data. There is a diverse market for a game like this, and an easy-to-use application will help reach as many people as possible. Ease of use will reduce user frustration and increase user retention, which contributes to the overall success of the product. Finally, we wanted to build an exciting social experience. This game is meant to be played with other people, and it's very social. It encourages teamwork and friendships, and it makes it easy to invite friends and family to play it on the same session by simply sharing a game code. This makes it a great game for both teens and young adults to play with their friends, as well as for families to play together. There were 4 pillars to implementing this app. We needed to build native applications for iPhone and Android, and we built the iPhone app in Xcode using Swift, and the Android app in Android Studio using Kotlin. We also built a web application that's a one-time load application, so the page never refreshes during gameplay, and that was built with JavaScript and HTML. And the final piece to the puzzle was the REST API we built with Node.js, and we used several AWS services including AWS API Gateway, AWS Lambda, and AWS DynamoDB. We selected these technologies because they were fast and scalable and would allow us to build a responsive application that's needed for this type of game. Now we're going to demonstrate how this game works. Since this is a multiplayer game, we're going to demonstrate 4 different devices playing the same game at the same time. In the top left corner, we have an Android device who's going to act as the host for this game, while the other 3 act as players joining the game. The top right corner is the web version, which has limited functionality. You can't create a game, you can only join a game from the web. And the bottom 2 screens are iPhones of different sizes. To start a game, you click the Create Game button, at which point you'll be shown a warning screen telling you to essentially pay attention to your surroundings and don't be dumb while you play the game. And then you'll be taken to the Create screen where you can enter your name and choose the game mode. We're just going to leave the default of Classic for now, and we'll click Create. When we create a new game, we'll be given a game code that we can share with all the friends we want to play the same game as us. These people can enter that code into their device, and they'll join the game. When they do, their names will show up in the players list, and all the devices will be kept in sync and in real time. From this screen, we can also edit some of the settings. Here we're going to change the delay from 60 seconds to 15 seconds. That means that at the start of the game we'll have 15 seconds to run away and hide before anybody's able to tag each other. Now we can start the game. When we do that, everyone will be shown a countdown stating how many seconds left until the game starts. When the countdown runs out, the game begins. When the game starts, you'll be shown either an arrow or a map pointing towards your target. You can find your target's name at the top of the screen, as well as other information such as how many tags you've gotten and how many people are still left in the game. When you tag your target in real life, either physically or if you shoot them with a squirt gun or a Nerf gun or whatever you decide the rules are, as long as everybody's on the same page, when you click the Tag Target button, your target will receive a pop-up box asking if they were tagged by you or not. If they click yes, the scores will be updated for everybody's screen and everybody will remain in sync in the game. The game ends when there's only one person left. When that happens, you're taken to the Game Over screen where you can see everybody's scores and who the winner is. That's essentially the gameplay for this game. When we finished building this game and had it in a state it was ready to be tested, we did 2 rounds of evaluation. The first round, we asked our project sponsor, Bill Taylor, to come and bring his family and play the game. We give them little to no explanation about the functionality or how to play the game, and we just let them go at it. And then we sent them a survey and asked them all to fill it out, and the survey had both quantitative and qualitative responses. This served as the baseline, and we then took their feedback and completed a second round of testing in very much the same way. We made several changes based on the first round of feedback, such as the ability to control more settings like game delays. As well, we added more intuitive features such as phone vibrations and rumble effects when you get tagged and other in-game alerts. And we also chose the ability to choose between several different game modes, classic, manual, and auto. After our first iteration of testing, the main issue that was apparent was ease of use. We got feedback such as, the UI is good, but dressing it up a little bit would go a long way towards making it feel more legit. Well, we put effort into this feedback and completed our second round of testing, and our ease of use scores went up, which we were happy about. We have additional plans for the future that will continue to make this game more fun, easy to use, and social. Examples of these ideas are adding power-ups, such as invisibility, extra lives, or being able to see more players in the game. Another idea is to add a login feature that would allow you to track game statistics, such as how many games you've won in the past, how many games you've played, how many times you've been tagged, or how many times you've tagged people. Statistics like that could be fun. A final idea is to enable people to see how the game was played. After each game, it's fun to know where everyone went, who tagged who, and what happened during the game. A game recap feature could be really useful. We learned several lessons while building this app. We had to learn a variety of new technologies to turn this into a reality. We had to learn Swift, we had to learn Kotlin, we had to learn how to use AWS Lambda and DynamoDB, and all of these were new and provided a great learning experience. We also learned that a dedicated team is what makes the project successful. Tackling a project like this on your own is a huge undertaking and would feel impossible. Having a dedicated team is what makes it possible that when one person lacks technical experience, other people can jump on and you can figure out the problem together as a team. We also learned that it's often easier to start small and then test and grow as you go. If we had started out trying to build a game with all of our future ideas right at the beginning, we likely would have ended up without anything functional. Finally, we want to give credit to several of the people and places and ideas that helped us build this app. The first is Bill Taylor and his family. Bill Taylor came up with the original idea, and he and his family helped us test the game while we were building. We also used Jackbox Games as an example and a role model to help us determine what tech stack we should use to build our multiplayer game. We used AWS services as a platform for scalability and efficiency and to host all of our applications. And finally, Stack Overflow, of course, deserves some credit because without them, we would not have been able to build this.